I keep getting the achievement. Oh my god, this is fantastic. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. I saw this game on Steam as well as had it recommended by a friend, and in looking into it, it seemed awesome. It just seemed really like paradoxical in nature, and it seemed to have good reviews, so I figured I would check it out, and it kind of seemed up my alley. So let's get into it. End is never the end. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I can move now. That's peculiar. I wonder where this is going. This is very intriguing. So, I'm 427. Yes, shut my door. Is it locked? Oh god, I locked myself out of my office. No! Hey, I need back in there. I left all my personal belongings and that computer that I absolutely hate. I need back in. Okay, fine.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so I'm supposing that I'm Stanley and that I need to go to the meeting room, I guess? Maybe? But first, I want to explore around. I want to go see, like, what all this is about. The papers
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, I see their traces all over the place. I see their computers and papers everywhere. Wait, hang on. What's these?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
Thanks.
Nor did it advance the story in any way.
Thanks, narrator. Thanks, narrator, man. Thanks. I'm trying to have myself a good time here. Achievements? Achievement enabled. Oh, I got an achievement for turning on achievement. I keep getting the achievement. Oh my god, this is fantastic. Another desktop. Press it. There we go. Ah, it makes me so satisfied. I've gotta save the earth. You know what I'm saying? All right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The door on my left? Did I open into the door on my left? I don't know if I entered the door on my left, because the door on my right seems tantalizingly more attractive than the door on my left. Not that they're any strikingly different, but just because you said door on my left, I'm going door on my right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Or maybe I could open up all my friends' doors. Open. Yes.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Speaking of drinking, can I get a soft drink, please? I see how it is. I guess I don't have a $1.25. All right, I'm out of here.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yes, I am. Look at me sit here. Look at these beautiful paintings. My God, look at those paintings I've already seen somewhere else in the...
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Yes.
It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I'm staying here. I'm staying here in this glorious room. You will never evict me from my happy vending machine. My happy vending machine.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Like what? Like leave the room? I'm not gonna leave the room, you silly goose. I'm here to stay. Look at me, my wonderful couch. I'm just gonna squat right here. There's gotta be something around here. You're trying to get me out of this room too quick. I know there's something. It's this vending machine. This is a special vending machine that wants to come eat my family, and I need to defeat it, don't I? If you really insist that I'll leave this glorious lounge room.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
First open door on his left? No, I didn't. Don't tell me what I do. I do what I want to do.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's me. That's me. I have no respect for you and your door. You shut the door behind me. Hey, narrator man, you could not do that. This is my office where I get to go where I want to go. No need to do none of that nonsense. All right, platform.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yes.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
No, I want to go down there.
You've been neglecting, Stanley. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Yes, I did.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Did I, though? I don't think so, voice inside my head.
Stanley was
Now,
so
if you don't
bad
mind
at
me,
following
do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. It will cause death. Got it. Oh, penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. So I'm already $5,000 in debt. Let's see how far I can go.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
Maybe
here.
we have.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Wonder if...
What? Really?
Yes.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for
I have no
others?
consideration for you.
Convinced that I want something bad
Stop
to
that.
happen to you?
Look.
Why,
Yes, I do.
don't know
I
how
think.
to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Look, you indirectly gave me an option there. And, well, actually, you gave me 3 options. Either jump to my death, which was pretty reasonable, jump onto this platform here, which magically happened to save my life from wherever you were taking me, and I was not just going to subdue myself to whatever evil you were going to subject me to. Thank you very much. Do not stand on this side of the fence. Look at me standing on this side. Look at me standing on this side of the fence. Can you believe it? Maybe, wait. Now I'm crouching on the side of the fence. I guess that's allowed, isn't it?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red door. Boy, what if I'm colorblind? And look at this gray door. Can I open gray door? You see this red door that I don't want to go through? Yeah, I'm not gonna go through it. Bye, red door.
Perhaps you misunderstood.
No,
Stanley walked
I did not.
through the red door.
I walk through whatever door I want to
I
walk
still
through.
don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Can you say? Oh, look, a blue door. Would you look at that? Voice inside my head.
Fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've
Yes, I
chosen?
do.
Well, don't let me stop you.
I actually do. Thank you.
You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes, it is.
Do you not
Thank
think
you.
I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Yes, it
Help
is.
me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Now see. Now you want me to take the third option. The third option looks kind of cool. and kind of awesome, but you want me to take the third option. So now, just to spite you, I'm gonna go the same way. Why did you do this to me?
I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
This
Would you say
experience
that
with
the
this new
game
version, huh?
benefited from allowing you more choices?
You-
Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Alright, look, you're unbelievable voice inside my head. Love you and all, but I'm not gonna give you none of that. I'm just gonna keep on proceeding to the next room. Alright. Experience. 1, 2, 3, or 5. Well, you see, it did nothing for me. So, while I love you and all, I'm gonna give you a solid 2.
Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either.
I'm gonna slap
Enjoyed
1
it,
now just because
perhaps
you
is the
said that.
correct term.
I can't
It
slap
didn't
1!
cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here,
Thanks.
based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's
Alright.
take a look.
Let's see it. Voice inside my head. Huh. Oh, wait, is that legit? Is that legitimate? That's kind of cool. I think that's an actual leaderboard. Whoa. That's kind of cool. That's kind of awesome. Not gonna lie. I appreciate that. But also at the same time, I'm taking the same door, whether you like it or not. Stop. What?
Now,
Don't.
would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
Okay, it was,
Honest answers, please.
it was kind of cool, but yeah, it was kind of cool. I can appreciate something like that, but I like the number 2.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing.
Is that
Don't
so?
mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Maybe,
Let me boot
maybe.
it up.
You don't even give me an opportunity to speak for myself. I am a mute man. What is that? That's a baby.
Crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be
4
sure to keep notes on your experience.
hours. Okay, so I press this and then get back. That is so god awful of a game. Stop that. You know what? I'm not going to do your 4 hours of nonsense. Bye, baby.
Heartless bastard.
That's
Did
me.
you do it because you hate babies or
No.
purely to spite me?
No, I didn't. Just to
Because if
spite
it's the
you.
latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
Come on, you gotta pull something good up. Go on.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
If you stick me in another room with a button and a what? Oh.
Well,
Oh.
Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always
I
desired.
can't jump.
A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
This brings me
Well,
back
I'll
to
say
my
this.
childhood.
I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Hey, you better let me out of here.
This will go here. No, here. And then...
What kind of house is this? Stop that.
See, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off...
Yes. No, let me in. Oh.
It's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art.
I'm
and
looking
feel
at your
ashamed
heaping pile
at
of
your
dirt with a
own
door on it.
inadequacy.
Stop that.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
You want me to step inside? But guess who's not going to step inside? Yeah, you better believe it, buddy boy. I'm not going to step inside your little death trap there. Are you going to give me more dialogue while you're at it? Maybe you could just sit here and tell me about how great it is all day. You and your literal pile of dirt. You know what, narrator man? I love you and all, but I don't know how to feel about this narrator guy. Like, he tells me, like, to do something, I'm not just gonna do it, like, senselessly. You know what I mean? You know what? Fine. It seems I am posed with no other options except to stare here at the beautifully square and cube-shaped clouds, so I shall walk into your death trap. Like so.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
You can let me. You're letting me free. You're making such a mistake. Let me out of this hellscape. Where can I go? Where do I go? Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. This brings me back to my childhood of playing this game for literal days.
Like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Light? I did not bring a light, but you know what? I don't even care. I have magically manned night vision, and I can see in the dark. Totally. Yeah, sure.
No, this is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear.
I know what you
Something that
want.
makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Why are you just dragging me through a whole bunch of games? This is nonsense. I swear to God. I don't recognize this one.
Yes!
Oh.
I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
Oh.
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out,
Stop
listening
that.
to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be?
This is Portal, my friend. I've never played it in my life, except like once or twice, and I remember this. I remember this little bit. So if you don't mind me giving me a portal gun and let me warp through time and space and get out of here, thank you very much. That would be fantastic. Oh, look, an open door. You're trusting me with this? Okay. Schwabba.
It's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley.
Just give me the box of happiness and let me push it on over. Oh, I can pick it up. Never mind. That makes sense now. I can actually use my muscles.
You know what? I think that's plenty.
Stop
I really
that!
don't care much to see you stumble.
Oh, I'm really gonna hurt after this one. I'm good. What even is this? This is kind of uncanny. This is kind of cool though. So this is like your So you were building the office, and this is kind of like your work in progress area, huh? Whoop! I fell out of the darkness. 10. Okay. Okay. This is kind of creepy, but kind of cool, but not like super creepy. It's like I'm living through a paradox. This is kind of neat. And it seems like narrator man has left me alone. Now, if this becomes a horror game or anything like Outlast, I'm actually just gonna start kicking and screaming and curl up into a fetal position and cry. Hey, narrator man, you left a light on down here. 427. That's my number, right? 427. Stanley's office. Hey, what'd you do to my office? This is kind of weird.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Go ahead, close everything behind me.
I
It's
think
great.
perhaps we've
That's
gotten off on
fantastic.
the wrong foot here.
Maybe,
I'm not your
maybe,
enemy,
mystery
really,
man.
no.
You know what?
I
I
realize that investing
am a
your
man of my
trust
own
in
volition,
someone
and
else
I
to
make the
do
decisions around here. Whoops, and that is to break my
His
legs.
eagerness to prove that he is in control of the
Never
story
mind.
and no
I guess
one
I
gets
make
to tell him
decisions a
what
little
to
bit
do.
too,
Stanley leapt from
too
the
abruptly.
platform through the red door.
But there's a blue door right there. And why would I walk through the red door when there's the blue door? Okay, so I just played through the entire game again. Same route as I took before, and nothing had changed. So, I'm supposing that our only option moving
How long was I
forward
sitting there? Stanley wondered to
is
himself.
to
Minutes,
kind of
days,
obey. I don't know how
centuries?
much. You know, I'm gonna try.
Something crucial happened
I'm gonna
while
try
his senses
and
were
take this guy's
turned.
every
He
single
made a note to be
word
more careful with
and
time.
see if
From
maybe
when
that
Stanley came to a set of 2 open
that
doors,
changes
he
something.
entered
Maybe
the door
I
on
don't
his
know.
left.
I'm curious. There's so many ways to take this. I took the door on the left, and oh, a meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Well, I'll go up to my boss's office. Yeah, it's great. Broom closet. What's in a broom closet? Whoa, I can open it. Hey, that's kind of cool. Are there brooms?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Broom closet. There's a broom. No, I did not turn around and get back on track. I know. I said I was going to listen to you every word, but you know what?
There
No.
was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
But there's a broom
Reason
and
to
it's not
still be
empty.
here. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Or I can walk down the stairs to someone else's office. Oh, where did I go? Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so every path keeps
But
diverting.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That's kind of weird, but kind of cool. So this is a game that has a ton of different endings, I suppose, right? There are different ways to go. Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Whoa, okay. I see how this is. So, depending on which way you take, there are a ton of different endings. Oh my god, okay, this is kind of awesome. Hang on, I just want to do one more ending.
Came to a set of
and
two open doors. He entered the door.
That is completely following what this guy says. I want to see like how that ends, how different it is, what it is, you know what I mean? This is crazy.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
I didn't decide to go up to my boss's
Stanley walked
office.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Hey, boss! Boss man? Executive bathroom? No, okay. Okay, this is kind of awesome. So this is a game rich in story that has countless endings. Well, not countless, but...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845, pin keypad. Keypad, where's your keypad? Behind your wait. Oh, I see. 2845.
Stanley, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Excuse me, what? Okay. Yeah, boss man. Boss man, what are you hiding in here? Oh boy. Oh god. Okay, wow. This is a lot. This is pretty incredible.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
That's kind of awesome. This is kind of fascinating.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape? I could escape, or I could go Mind Control Facility. This is kind of fascinating. The depth and the options in this game is just, wow. It's awesome.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, I did. I did indeed have the strength to find out. I will discover what this is. Alright, so I guess I press that button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Oh.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wow. That's kind of fascinating. And I'm wondering if these stories like collide. Like if one story is meant to influence another. Hang on, what am I? 230, 430 something. So I'm somewhere over there. Okay, I didn't. Yeah, I'm somewhere over there. Okay. Anywho, this is so cool. I think these kind of cross influence each other too. All right, what's up?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Whoa.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
That's kind of funky. Wow, okay, this is... System power off. I can't see anything. What have I done? Wait. I was being mind controlled. So... Shut off my own... Wait, I can see. I can see a little bit.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Oh my god, this is unreal.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy. Oh my god, that is crazy. That warms my heart, honestly. And here we are again, back in my cubicle. I almost want to make a series out of this. I wanna keep going. Like, I want to see more endings. If you guys happen to really like this game, and if you guys want to see more, or like if you guys think that yes, this needs more, and I want to see more endings, let me know. Put it in the comments, and I will absolutely do more of the Stanley Parable. But for right now, with what we have, with the 3 endings that we have found, I am going to have to hold it here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the Stanley Parable. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode and or video, depending on what course it takes. Peace out!